under your arm here so it doesn't pull.
Hey guys, you got a question for him? Raise your hand. I'll get a mic to you.
It's y'all's first week back in in a couple of weeks. Can you talk about the environment of Tiger Stadium, especially for an SEC matchup?
I'm expecting it to be fun, electric, packed. Expecting the sold-out crowd. You know, it's a big game versus Auburn. It's always a game that goes down to the wire. So just expecting our fans to be a big part of that and bringing that electricity that they always bring.
Emery, congratulations. You got the SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week this week. What does an honor like that mean to you?
It means a lot, you know, just to know that you're playing good enough to be recognized by the SEC, that you're doing good things, you know. So it always feels good to know that you're going in the right direction. And, you know, we got to build off that and try to get another one.
So you lost your center during that win this past weekend. How do you think Marlon and DJ stepped in and did?
I think those guys did a great job of getting us through that game. You know, you lose that leader on our line. You know, everybody looks at Charles like a leader. You know, our communicator. You lose that, so it kind of makes other guys pull the rope a little harder. Makes other guys communicate. Makes other guys step up and play that leader role. So I think those guys did a great job getting in and snapping the ball. You know, keeping everything moving on the offense.
Speaking of the younger guys that stepped in at center, I mean, everybody talks about you guys as like the starting five, but what kind of depth do you guys have? Because it seems like y'all are deeper this year than maybe in years past.
Yeah, we got a lot of depth. You know, we got Lance that can play right and left tackle. We got Marlon Martinez that can play all three positions inside. I played, you know, right tackle, guard, left tackle. We got Charles who done played, you know, every position on the line over the past year. So I think we got a whole bunch of guys who can go all over the line and has a lot of versatility. We have a lot of that in our room, and I feel like, you know, we got a whole bunch of guys that can produce at multiple spots.
So I was looking at the remaining teams in your schedule the rest of the way. None of them, besides A&M, are in the top 50 for total offense. So what's your guys' confidence level at that, you know, as an offense, you can lead this team to a win in any game you play?
We've kind of been trying to take it one game at a time, trying to look at each opponent, you know, and respect them as much as they need to be respected. You know, we got a lot of big games coming up. We got a whole bunch of good defenses that we're going against that's going to give us different schemes and stuff that we need to be worried about. So just taking it one game at a time, you know, respecting our opponents, studying them, getting to know them and know their strengths so that we can, you know, go against them and, you know, be as productive as we've been.
I feel like every week there's a new stat that someone on the offense is kind of broken or is leading the country in. A lot more trips up and down the field and into the end zone than at this point last year. How have you guys kind of noticed that maybe impacting conditioning in the offensive line or just things like that?
You know, we went really hard in the spring and summer. You know, we did a great job at pushing each other. You know, all of us were trying to gain that leader role, you know, behind Charles Turner. So, you know, me, Will, Garen Dellinger, Miles Frazier, we're all trying to push each other and push the group as a whole, as you know, to get as conditioned as we could. And so I think we did a great job at doing that. You know, I feel like the whole offensive line as a whole has been doing a great job of being able to get up and down the field. You know, if a guy goes down, the next guy comes in and we're not leaking oil. So I feel like we're doing a great job, and I feel like we're really conditioned.
Emery, you got Auburn this week, really good front. We just talked to Mason. He was saying, like, you know, that front of that defensive line is probably the strength of their team. What kind of challenges is that for you guys? Because last year this game was a dogfight.
Yeah, I mean, week in, week out, you know, we've been in a whole bunch of SEC fights until this point. So it's pretty much the same challenge. You know, we're going in with, you know, some guys who are dudes across from us, you know, and that's kind of what we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks. You know, we've been seeing a lot of D-line being the strength of their team. So, you know, we're going to go in with the same mindset, to be physical, to be dominant, to win the line of scrimmage, and we're going to go in with that mindset, and we're going to try to do our best at doing that and winning the line of scrimmage.
When Jaden takes off and, you know, he hates to go down or go out of bounds, he wants every yard he can get, right? Do you guys kind of get worried for him, you know, like kind of talk to him, hey, maybe you should protect yourself a little bit?
No, we don't talk to him. You know, J5 he's a guy who can do it all. You know, he gets knocked down, you pick him up, he's smiling. You know, he's looking for the play for the next play. So sometimes we just, you know, we tell him, you know, go out of bounds or something like that. But, you know, we're never worried about him. We always know that he's going to pop back up with that smile on his face and, you know, keep being Jaden.